Hi everyone, welcome back to Harper Living. I hope you guys enjoyed your summer. I hope you stayed busy and I hope you had a lot of fun. Now that fall is here and our kids are gone back to school, we need some easy meal ideas that we could be on the go and just kind of throw everything in a pot and have dinner ready. Now, I know you've heard about the viral Marry Me pasta recipe. Well, I'm going to be making that today because I made it for my kids last week and they just loved it. They loved it so much that it was gone. I didn't even have leftovers. I'm going to make it easier for you moms to make it at home, and we're going to put it all in one pot and let's see how it turns out. I'm sure it's going to be great. You can't go wrong with pasta. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to chop up all of our ingredients. 1 large onion, white onion, you could use any onion, just don't use a sweet onion. Yellow onion is my preference. I like using like a white or a yellow onion instead of a red onion because this will just caramelize and reduce down so great, and it'll just kind of like melt in your mouth within the pasta sauce. So I don't really want big chunks of onion, so try to dice them as small as possible. Try not to zoom into my nails, Cole. I need a manicure. All right, so let's put the onions in a bowl, set them aside. We're gonna do the garlic next. All right, so the original recipe called for 3 garlic cloves, but I am also doubling my recipe because I have a friend named Cole that films me, who also takes food home, and then also my kids love this recipe, so they're gonna wanna eat it for like 2 days. Let's do the garlic hack that I did last time. You put your garlic cloves with the peels on in a bowl, throw it in the microwave for a minute or 30 seconds, and then shake it and let's see what happens. So I almost don't believe this hack, so I almost have to do it again and again just to be like, is this even true? Is this gonna work? Was it a minute or was it 30 seconds?
It was just 30 seconds.
Oh, okay, well, let's watch. So, oh, this is way easier. Look at that.
Yeah, 1 pop, you're not peeling.
No, not at all.
The oil in your fingernails as much.
And it's not making my eyes water as much either. If you want to follow the recipe to make just portion for 4 to 6 people, just download the recipe on Harper Living. Go to my blog, go to Sip and Eat, go find this recipe. You're going to see this video. If you're already watching it, go a little bit lower. You're going to see the downloadable recipe. Download it and start your own online, at home Harper Living cookbook. And those recipes that I do, even though sometimes when I make these in abundance and for a larger crowd, those recipes are for servings of 4 to 7 or 4 to 6. Okay, we're going to chop this up. We're going to dice up our mushrooms and then onto our chicken. So the prep time, I believe, is the hardest, and it's not even that long. The prep is like about 10 minutes. Cooking this pasta is going to be about 20 minutes. So this recipe from beginning to start should only take you about 30 minutes. And I'm all about 30-minute recipes because nobody got time to sleep over a meal. Okay, next thing we're going to do is just thinly slice our mushrooms. If your kids are finicky eaters and they don't like the taste or the look of mushrooms, just chop them up even finer. Anytime my kids don't like anything like vegetable related, I just chop it up so fine that they can't even see it or really taste it. Next, we have our Parmesan cheese. We're just gonna grate this up. I need about a cup for the original recipe, but since I'm doubling it, I'm probably gonna grate this whole thing up. So 2 cups. Now that we've cut our onions, mushrooms, and our garlic, and we grated our cheese, now I'm gonna go ahead and cut my meat. I'm using boneless chicken breast, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dice them into cubes. You could also use chicken thighs if you like, it's personal preference. The reason why I like to cut up all my ingredients and then do my meat is because then I just throw my cutting board right into the dishwasher and there's less cleanup, you know? Ain't nobody got time to wash the board a couple times and work backwards. Just cubing it all up. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn my stove on to high heat, and I'm gonna put my pot on here and let it warm up. And when it gets hot, that's when I'm gonna splash it with oil and throw the chicken in. So now that my pan is nice and hot, I'm gonna go ahead and put some olive oil into my pan, and it's smoking hot, as you can't tell. I love cooking on high heat because I just stay on top of it. It's not like I walk away from my food. And this way I could be done within 30 minutes. That's better. And when you're cooking on high heat like this, sometimes your meal, like your food, will stick to the bottom of your pan. Even though I have a really good Dutch oven, I just like to put a little bit of water in there. Then that steam will start cooking my chicken as well, and also it'll help from my food from sticking to the pan. There you go. That's better. Heat up again. Okay, while this is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and season this with salt and pepper. That's it. A good amount of salt. And I will always season my food throughout the whole cooking process. Like, I season in layers. I feel like you could really taste the spices if you season in layers, and that way it doesn't burn. Salt, pepper, that's all I need. Now I still have this over medium heat. I'm gonna let the chicken fully cook before I start adding my other ingredients. All right, so now that my chicken is almost cooked, it's not cooked completely through, but it's reduced down. You could see that it's cooking. Even if I take my spoon here, or my wooden spoon, and I cut down into the chicken, it's not pink anymore, but I would still let it cook a little bit more. But that water that I had added to make sure that the chicken didn't stick to the bottom of my pan, that's exactly what I need. And into that, I'm gonna go ahead and add my onion. So now we're gonna cook down the onion. I don't wanna add the garlic in right now, because if I add the garlic in, it's just gonna burn. So we want these onions to reduce, get nice and caramelized. It's gonna make our pasta nice. It's gonna give it that sweet, tangy touch that we want. So cover it and let that cook. See how the onions are translucent like that? You could see right through them, and they look like they taste delicious and they're caramelized. Now we're gonna add in our garlic. Cook that through, cover it, cook that for about another minute or two. Okay, so now do you see that because I'm cooking on such high heat, we're gonna have to deglaze this soon because everything's kind of sticking to the bottom of the pan. Instead of adding in water or more oil, I'm just gonna add in my mushrooms now, and the mushrooms are gonna release water, and then that is gonna help deglaze the pot. So now we're gonna cook in our mushrooms. Okay, we're gonna cover this and let that cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. Reduce the heat just a bit. Okay, so the original recipe called for pasta being cooked separate and then the sauce being cooked separate, and you needed a little bit of flour just as a roux to thicken up the sauce. I am going to cook my noodles in the sauce, so it's all one pot. So the starches are actually going to come from the noodles from the pasta anyways. However, I am going to take a little bit. I'm not going to take a whole lot of flour, just regular all-purpose flour, and I'm going to throw it in there. Because if I don't and it's not thick, then I'm gonna be like, oh, I did something wrong. All right, so this looks great. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of flour in there. Now we're gonna season our chicken, and I'm gonna season it with Italian seasoning, just freehand it, and some paprika. I think about 2 tablespoons would do. Perfect. Okay, now to this we are going to add our pasta, and the pasta of choice that I'm going to be using is this protein catelli penne. Okay, I'm gonna let's do the whole box. Okay, now we're gonna top this up with chicken broth. Ow, just burnt myself. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit more. That was already in my fridge from last time. I had opened some stock. What we wanna do is cover the pasta, like try to get it just so the pasta is fully submerged, because we need to cook it. And remember, we are going to be adding cream to this as well, so we don't want it too running. I think that looks about great. Turn the heat onto high, cover it, and let this cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. So now while this is cooking, I'm going to go outside to my garden, get some parsley and some fresh basil, because that's what we're going to garnish this with. Let's go. Okay, just going to grab a little bit of parsley from whatever I have left from my summer garden. And we are gonna also grab some basil, which is overgrown, but you know what? Still smells great. Let's have a look at this while we were getting our herbs. Oh yeah, so I feel like I like my pasta al dente and I don't want this to be super liquidy. So I'm gonna take the lid off and let the water evaporate because we still have to add cream to this. So let it do its thing, cook for another 5 minutes with the lid off, and hopefully this will reduce down. All right, so as that's cooking, I'm just gonna add about 1.5 cups or a cup of cream. Let's just see. I'm gonna add this whole thing in. Oh yeah, that flour really did its thing because you could already see the sauce is starting to thicken up. Make sure you are scraping the bottom of your pan to get all that, the renderings of your chicken off. Also, I forgot, I have some brine here from my Parmesan. I'm gonna throw that in there as well and let that just kind of cook in. We'll pull those out at the end when it's all done. All right, so let's just finely chop up this parsley. That should be good. And throw that in there while it's cooking. I actually don't like to just garnish. I love the flavor of parsley. I love adding it into soups and my pastas. So I'm gonna add that in right now so it cooks down. Beauty. Okay, so the basil I'm gonna go add at the end, and I'm gonna tear it with my fingers and just add it at the end because I don't want it to be overly cooked. I want it to be super fresh and aromatic. I'm gonna take some of this pasta out and see if it's al dente enough or if it's cooked, right? Perfection. Now that it's cooked, right, I'm gonna go ahead and add my Parmesan cheese that I had grated and mix that in, and this is gonna thicken everything up. Now what we're gonna do is take out our rind, just throw that on the side. Let's find the other one. The other one was a little bit smaller. It'd be probably harder to find, but I'll find it. Or my kids will. There it is. I'll pull that aside. Now we're gonna go ahead and take our basil and just using our fingers, we are gonna tear that into the pasta. And now we're just gonna reduce the heat, and actually I'm gonna turn it off because I don't want my pasta to overcook. I'm gonna cover it and let it sit. Let the pasta sauce get absorbed into the pasta noodles. This is gonna thicken right up, and we could serve this in about 10 minutes. So this is just personal preference. You may have a person in your family that doesn't like spice. We're an Indian household, so we're gonna add some chili flakes. I don't overdo it. My children are gonna eat this, but a little bit of heat just makes everything better. So chili flakes are in, stir it up. I did season it again. I added a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, and I felt like it needed something. So chili flakes it is. Now I'm gonna let this set for another 5 minutes. As you could see, even just letting it sit for a minute, look how much it thickened up. And I love the fact that it is this saucy because it tastes even better the next day when the noodles absorb more of that pasta sauce. It just gets better and better with time. How creamy is this? So I just plated this up, grated some fresh Parmesan on top, garnished with a little bit more basil, and we are gonna try this, okay? Let's get a little bit of everything. Got some chicken in there, got some mushroom. So good. Tastes exactly like the original recipe, if not better, because we spent half the time making it. Like one pot, no dishes to clean, just the one pot that we have to do, one spoon. Oh, life can't get any better. Cole, you gotta try this.
Okay. Oh, it's so good.
So good.
So creamy.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had something to chuck right now, we did it. Thank you for tuning in. I can't wait to be making more recipes for you guys. Just let me know what you'd like to see. Drop a comment in my inbox or even in the comments below. And I cannot wait to see you on the next episode.